most underrated person on CT.
Some of the highest following accounts on crypto Twitter are retarded. Like there's so many retards and morally bankrupt people who have followings and make a ton of money, and they're pieces of shit. And I don't need to name them. You know who they are. But yeah, I can't think of one person off the top of my head. There's so many.
Don't equivocate high following to how much value someone's putting out into the space or how much value they can contribute to your trading. Something that I did at the start of my trading journey is I used to save down the charts of traders that I admired or traders that I looked up to. So guys like Mayne, guys like Loma, guys like, Altcoin Psycho, price action traders that I really admired. I still have like hundreds, thousands of charts from these guys that I would save down. I would find them in Discord. I would find them on Twitter. I actually have screenshots from your old streams, Mayne, with like notes, with like annotations that I had scribbled in myself. Because I was like, you were talking about a breaker block, and like obviously I know what those are now, but the first time you hear it, you're like, what is it? And how does it work? And it's a failed order block, and it's coming out at the other side. Like how does that? It's all very confusing. But over time, like something I speak about a lot is chart literacy, right? Where it's like the first time you open a candlestick chart, it's just noise. You have no idea what any of the values stand for. You have no idea what it represents, what it's going to do, right? It's just noise. It's just meaningless shapes and patterns to you. But over time, like you get more familiar, you get more literate, you become more comfortable reading the charts until it gets to the point where you can look at a chart and very quickly deduce what's happening, right? Like I can look at a chart now and I'll tell you within 10 seconds whether or not it's something I want to trade. I'll tell you within 15 seconds if there's a setup there, right? And that's kind of how quickly it happens. But that doesn't happen overnight, right? I studied those charts until it got to the point where I was almost as comfortable reading those charts as the guys who posted them, right? But that only comes with chart time, right? That only comes with effort. That only comes with kind of grinding, putting in the work and building up that chart time and those hours, right?
Dude, I did the same thing, man. I used to save on my old laptop. My desktop was just filled with people's charts. I would screenshot and I would try and reverse engineer what they did to figure it out and have it make sense. And I'm the same way now. People will ask me, oh, well, you train today. It's like I can look at the charts very quickly in the morning and determine whether or not I'm going to be taking any trades for that entire day, basically. Obviously, things can change throughout the day, but I can get a very good guess early on of what I think might happen or whether or not I might have an edge in the market. And something that comes with experience is knowing when not to trade. The better you get at trading, the less trades you're going to take. And it's because you're not taking less good trades. It's because you're eliminating bad trades. You're taking less shitty trades. So whereas you might have taken 10, now you're taking 4 because those 4, they might not all be right, but those were 4 really quality ones instead of 4 quality ones and 6 not so quality ones. You're going to reduce the amount of mistakes that you make. You're going to reduce the bad trades you take, and it's going to overall reduce the amount of trades you take in general because you know exactly what you're looking for. Your trading should be so systematic that you can write it on the back of a napkin, right? You should be able to tell me what are the exact things that you need to see happen for you to enter. Why are you entering? Where are you targeting? Where is your trade idea wrong? Like you should be able to list things off, rattle them off, or else what the fuck are you doing? You're gambling, right? Completely agree. And yeah, it just takes time and time and time. It's crazy to me when I look back at how far I've come. I sometimes go and look at my streams from 2018 versus now. That's 6 years. A lot has changed in how I trade and how I view the markets and things like that. But to me, it's been like kind of like a living journal almost, right? Because I have all of this data of myself, right, on video, analyzing the markets and seeing things that I got right and I got wrong. And there is a ton of alpha on Twitter. It's just a little bit harder to find it these days because you got to look a little bit more through the noise. Whereas I feel like Twitter of old, it was a little bit more apparent who was posting the good shit and who wasn't.